Hey everyone, Cretaceous Players here, and welcome to my 7,000 subscriber special. I know, right? We've actually reached 7,000, 3k more to get to 10k. That's insane to me. But this is just a quick disclaimer before the video starts. So throughout recording this, my microphone doesn't have a pop filter. So throughout the video, when you hear me talking, you might hear a slight bop, 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 or like a poop, poop. It's because my microphone doesn't have a pop filter. So when I say B's or P's, sometimes my word can like reverberate through the mic and be quite loud or annoying. I've went back and recorded so many lines, but at this point I need to get this video out, and there are certain points where you hear it and sometimes you don't. It gets better later on in the video, you don't hear it so much, but I hope it's not too much of a problem. Also, this is not a deep analytical review of these movies, it's just me ranting and fanboying about Jurassic Park. If you want to hear me do that for half an hour, go on ahead and watch. So yeah, this is my 7,000 subscriber special. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and yeah, enjoy the video. Jurassic goddamn Park. I love it. I love the movies. I love everything to do with this bloody series. And if some of my videos already been looked at, it would suggest that you guys love it too. So today, I'm going to be ranking each and every Jurassic Park movie to my least favorite to favorite, including the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous TV show and BABR short film, but they'll be in their own separate category. I've borderline been watching these movies my entire life, starting with the first Jurassic Park when I was about 6 years old. I think I watched it all the way up to now I'm 18, and I still watch these movies time and time again. They're classics. I absolutely love each and every one of them. And to be honest, I kind of categorize them all into the same S rank. I don't really consider one better than the other, apart from maybe the first movie being better than all the others, but that's just because nostalgia, and it's the first film. It's clearly the best. The first movie is clearly the best, come on. And as you can probably guess, yeah, I am a massive fan. Like, holy hell, I have spent so much money on merchandise and figures and Funko Pops of this goddamn franchise. I think I need to stop. So without further ado, here are all the Jurassic Park films from my least favorite to favorite. Thank you all so much for 7,000 subscribers, and enjoy. But before we get into the main movies, I feel I need to clarify the TV show and the short film, starting with Camp Cretaceous. Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous is... It's alright. It's the first ever Jurassic TV show, and it's very clearly aimed at kids, which, even if some of the death scenes are quite brutal, but of course, just because it's aimed at kids doesn't mean it gets a pass for being bad. But I still like it. It's a fun little show of you screeching for more Jurassic Park, basically. It follows a group of kids who get stranded in Jurassic World right as everyone gets evacuated, and the Indominus Rex breaks out, so it ties into the Jurassic World movie quite well. Some characters can be a tad bit annoying, looking at you, Sammy. The basic stereotypes, like the sporty one, the hero protagonist, the social media addict, and the cowardly one. It's all basic personalities, but it's enough to get you through it. The main attraction, of course, are the dinosaurs, and they look amazing in this show. I love the dinosaurs so much, and I'm glad they've actually started to make characters other than themselves like Bumpy. Overall, it's an okay show. Nothing really stands out as amazingly amazing, but it gets the job done of satisfying the need for more Jurassic content, and I'm looking forward to its conclusion and how it'll tie into Jurassic World 3. Jurassic World Battle at Bedrock is a 10-minute short film that seems to be a sort of prerequisite for what to expect in Jurassic World Dominion. It follows the family as they go camping in a place called Bedrock National Park, where they encounter some Pseudoceratopses and an Allosaurus which they gotta hide from. It was a fun little short film, and it was a nice way of showing us what the world would be like if dinosaurs lived in modern times, especially with the ending. The only thing I think I really disliked about this was the kid shooting the crossbow at the Allosaurus's eye. Wait, what? Like, how is a kid that accurate with a... Okay, fine. That seems to be the main gripe with it for most people, but Honestly, who the hell cares? It was a nice surprise considering it literally just came out of nowhere. The CGI looked absolutely amazing. I would die to see more Jurassic World show films. In fact, just make a TV show. Just make an anthology series about random dinosaur incidents across the world. That would be... Please give me that. Please, I need that right now.
Give me what I want! That's not what I want! I want you!
But anyways, with those done, let's move on to the main 5 movies. The Lost World Jurassic Park. Yeah, this might be quite controversial, not gonna lie. The Lost World takes place after the events of Jurassic Park, where John Hammond sends a team of researchers to study the dinosaurs on a separate island known as Site B. Meanwhile, John Hammond's nephew is taken over InGen and are planning a rescue mission to transport the dinosaurs off the island into a new Jurassic Park they've built at San Diego. And dinosaur antics ensue. Yeah, I'm not going to explain the entire plot of these movies since I think it'd be a bit redundant. Most people have seen them already, and if you haven't, well, just go watch them. I don't know what you're doing here. The main reason I have this ranked at the bottom is, well, mainly because I find The Lost World to be a bit boring. It takes a long time building up the set pieces, which of course isn't a bad thing entirely, but when you compare it to the other movies, it's probably the slowest. The dinosaurs look great as always, mixing in CGI with real animatronics. We get to see a lot more dinosaur variety this time around, like Parasaurolophus. Parasaurolophus. Sorry, I just like saying the dinosaur's name. Parasaurolophus. Parasaurolophus. It's catchy. Brachycephalosaurus, Stegosaurus, Compsognathus, and Pteranodons. And of course the T-Rex, or should I say T-Rexes, make a return, along with the Velociraptors, and they easily steal the show. Due to Sarah's taking in an injured baby T-Rex, a bit of blood is left on her clothing, which attracts the male T-Rex who starts hunting them. Yes, I know it was a scavenger predator with evidence from the fossil record, and it probably wouldn't do this, but who cares? If you're really complaining in 2021 about dinosaur accuracy in Jurassic Park, then... oh boy, why? Why? Though I do wish the raptors got a bit more screen time in this movie. The scenes that they are in are fantastic, don't get me wrong, but I wish they contributed to the plot a little bit more. I would have had them maybe stalk the entire group through the movie and have them pick off people one by one instead of it all happening in one scene, leaving the main characters alive because, well, you know, plot. It would have added a lot more tension, but what we got is still great. And yes, that scene was awesome. Don't deny it. Some of the best set pieces include the trailer going over the cliffside with the T-Rex is pushing it over. This is honestly one of the best scenes in the franchise. And poor Eddie, man, oh man, he gets one of the most brutal death scenes in this franchise. But not the most brutal. Don't worry, we will get to that one. And finally, we have the T-Rex city scene. It's alright. Honestly, when I get to this part, it kind of feels a bit redundant. It's really cool to see dinosaurs on the mainland, but that's just my opinion. And really, man, you had to kill the dog. Really? You really had to do that, Spielberg? You bastard. All in all, Lost World is still a great movie, and I love it. I find its action scenes to be amazing, and the dinosaurs look fantastic. I just find the movie to be a bit boring at times, and the characters this time around aren't really as interesting. Ian's daughter Kelly is alright, I just don't really understand her inclusion in the film, other than that sweet gymnastic move against the raptor. Roland Temple was probably my favourite character. He's just a man obsessed with hunting and finds that the T-Rex would be his crowning achievement. But after his friend dies, he feels a bit of remorse. He's a good character and I wish the movie explored him a bit better. And my main man, Ian Malcolm, is great as always. No complaints there. I've got 4 more movies to cover, so I'll end this here. Love the movie, but it's probably my least favourite out of the bunch. I feel like if the pacing was a bit better, I would probably put it higher up, but as it stands, I still love it, and yeah. Let's move on to the next one. Ah yes, Jurassic Park III. The movie everyone thought would be at the bottom of the list, but this movie it's probably the most out there in the franchise, and what I mean by that is that it's just a bit of an anomaly, not exactly following on from any other movie and being its own separate entity almost. Which hell, on paper sounds like a really good idea. I would kill for another standalone Jurassic Park movie that doesn't connect to the main plot in any way. I think I've Done Well could open up a lot more opportunities for more movies. Sure, it has Sam Neill back as Alan Grant, but other than that, it never really acknowledges the other 2 movies, instead acting as its own standalone movie in a way. Anyways, Jurassic Park 3 takes place in an indeterminable amount of time after Lost World, where a father and his son are paragliding near Site B. An unknown dinosaur whips apart their boat, and they're forced to paraglide into Site B. Jumped Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler finally together and married. Oh, they even have a kid. Wow, his characters progress so much to the point where he even has his own kid. They're not married?
Nice to meet you, Alan.
She's married to this random schmuck? Okay, I know I said I love all these movies, which I do, But come on, I know it wasn't explicitly shown that they had a thing going on, but it was clear at the end of the movie that there was a bit of romantic tension in there. I don't even know why they did this. It changes nothing in the movie. In fact, if he were her husband, it would give even more tension to the last scene when he's on the phone trying to explain the river. The river. I don't know. I think it was just a dumb decision. What's his name even? How to search up this Jurassic Park rookie? Let's see. Emily Sattler's husband, Mark Diegler. What a dumb last name. Anyway, so Alan Grant is giving a lecture on dinosaurs, condemning John Hammond's creations by calling them monsters, theme park attractions.
No force on earth or heaven could get me on that island.
Are you sure about that?
His dig site is low on funds and on the verge of shutting down. That is until Paul Kirby comes along and offers him a deal to fly with him to Site B, aka eats a sooner for a quick buck. Unbeknownst to him that their son is actually the one from the opening that they want to save.
Alan!
But, like, wouldn't it be easier to just get the authorities involved? I mean, to just jump right ahead to the end of the movie, the army shows up anyway, so why don't they just get the army? Okay, fine. So Alan Grant travels to Site B. Due to Amanda Kirby being the dumbest person you could have on a dinosaur island, she yells out her son's name on a massive microphone. This then attracts the attention of the Spinosaurus, the poster boy for the movie. Well, until the Blu-ray got rid of that. The plane crashes, Spinosaurus attacks, and can I just say, for the amount of slack the Spinosaur gets, its design in this movie is amazing. The animatronic work of it looks fantastic, even if it looks stiff at points. And then we get to the most controversial part of the film.
Nobody move a muscle.
T-Rex versus the Spinosaurus. I still don't really get this debate, and it's never really bothered me in the slightest. I thought it was an interesting idea to introduce a brand new big bad dinosaur that wasn't the T-Rex. I mean, we've seen the T-Rex twice now. I think it's time to give another dinosaur a chance at the spotlight. Now, maybe if they didn't kill one off, maybe the backlash wouldn't have been that bad. If they kept the T-Rex to one side with one scene maybe, or even had the two go back and forth throughout the movie like Godzilla vs. Kong in some ways, I think that might have been better. But either way, Spinosaur kills the T-Rex, and there were rumors that this Rex was in fact the same baby T-Rex from the last movie. But I haven't found anything factual on that. Oh yeah, I actually forgot to talk about the characters in this movie. Oh boy, you're not really missing much to be honest. Alan Grant and Eric Kirby are the only good ones. We have Paul and Amanda Kirby, the parents of the kid who went missing. They're alright. If this was the real scenario, they would definitely be dead within seconds, no doubt. Alan Grant is great as always. He's really, really good in this film. But his sidekick, Billy, is, for lack of a better term, a bit of a massive turd. He has the brilliant idea to snatch velociraptor eggs. Yes, the paleontologist who has a friend who has had first-hand experience with raptors decides to take eggs from their nesting site where they most likely were noticed and will be able to swear where their eggs are. Finally, we have Udusky? I don't know, he doesn't really contribute anything to the movie, so what do I care? We also have this guy. I forget his name and I'm actually too lazy to look it up, so there you go. Here's his death scene. And finally we have Eric Kirby. And yeah, he's the best character in the movie. I'm serious when I say that. I genuinely want an Eric Kirby standalone movie of him surviving on Site B. He's situated in an old abandoned truck and has learned to adapt to the different dinosaurs on the island by using tear gas and T-Rex P to mask his scent.
This is T-Rex P. How'd you get it?
You don't want to know.
Whilst it's maybe a bit outlandish, I genuinely love his character and he has a saving grace at some points. So after our Spiny Boy attacks, the group encounter an abandoned lab. Raptors attack, Spino finds them, Pteranodon attack, Spino finds them, Raptor attack. The army shows up. I know I might have blitzed through that. Okay, I did. But like I said, I don't want half my video to be a plot synopsis. Man, maybe I should get another person's opinion on this movie. I don't think my opinion will be enough to satisfy some people. Wait a second. I know just a guy. Hello, my best friend in the world.
What do you want?
I need your opinion on a controversial dinosaur film. You see, I'm reviewing the Jurassic Park movies, and I thought...
Get on with it.
What's your opinion on Jurassic Park 3?
I mean, it's the best one.
Yeah, but why do you think that? Like, what are your opinions on it? Do you like it? Do you hate
It's just the best one.
Yeah, but why do you like it?
Did I fucking stutter? It's the best one.
I see, fair enough. So, what are you up to anyways?
I don't recall that being any of your business. Friendship is magic.
Alright. Some of the best highlights of this movie would probably be the raptor attack in the lab. I think that scene has a lot of great tension building and dread. The T-Rex with the spinal scene is always cool to see. The Pteranodon enclosure is a terrifying depiction of how big these things once were. It's an amazing scene, probably the best in the film. The film isn't perfect with how Ellie kinda just knows where Alan is and sends the army in. Like, how did she know where he was, and why is the guy just standing there? What is he doing there? Why is he not wet? Why did they this is the weirdest scene in the franchise. I need to rant about this. Why is there a random guy in white just standing in the middle of the beach? Why did the army send him in first? He must have came from the water. Is it a no? It's not a hallucination because he shows up and touches Ancront on the shoulder. Like I don't get this scene. All in all, I love Jurassic Park 3. It's dumb, it's got problems, but I honestly love it. It's a fun action movie, and it was nice watching it again. Jurassic World, the 2015 reboot of the franchise that kinda just ignores the other two sequels, and instead focuses mainly on being a sequel to the first film. Words can't even begin to describe how excited I was for this film when I was 12. It was just after school, my summer exams were over, I went there, and oh my god, I cried my eyes out so much. And it wasn't really due to the movie being sad in any way, I think it was just because I had waited my entire life to see this film. It was definitely the best cinema experience I've ever had. Anyways, on to the actual movie. 22 years after the fall of Jurassic Park, they've done it again, but this time they were a fully functioning dinosaur theme park, with thousands of tourists visiting there daily. Claire Dearing and Henry Wu have created what they call the Indominus Rex, a hybrid dinosaur made from T-Rex, raptor, and the most dangerous of all fish, the cuttlefish. And a bunch more like Giganotosaurus, but don't quote me on that, I'm not sure if that was really part of it. Meanwhile, Chris Pratt, Owen Grady, seriously, every role this guy is in, I just can't call him by his actual character name. He's just one of those actors you just call Chris Pratt on instinct. Has been training a raptor pack to be loyal to him: Blue, Charlie, Delta, and Echo. But Mr. Bad Guy wants to use him for military purposes, which, you know, would never work. Right. The Indominus Rex breaks out and hijinks ensue. Yeah, it's a basic plot, but after so many years, I don't really care. It was just nice seeing dinosaurs on the big screen again. As the Indominus Rex wrecks the park, multiple different enclosures are broken into, like the aviary, that lets all the floppy boys out where they attack the guests. And this is where we get what might be the most brutal, undeserved, and downright horrible death scene in this series.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It just comes out of nowhere. It's so unexpected. What did the woman do to piss off the director that day? Eventually, they learned that, uh-oh, the Indominus Rex is pod raptor. And can communicate with the raptor pack to attack the humans.
I know why they wouldn't tell us what it's made of. That thing's part raptor.
But wait, doesn't Claire know that the Indominus Rex is pod raptor? Why wouldn't she think they would try to communicate to them, since, you know, she knows it's pod raptor? Why? I feel like she should have warned them beforehand. Okay, fine. This eventually leads Claire opening the paddock to let our good friend Rexy from the first movie out and kill the Indominus Rex. And this scene is one of my favorite scenes ever. This might be the best. No, it's not. It might not be the best. It is the best dinosaur fight scene of any movie ever. You can't top this scene. And then they end it with the mosasaur. So did Jurassic World live up to expectations? I'd say so. For a franchise that's been dormant since 2002 with Jurassic Park 3, I think they did an amazing job, even if I had problems with it. For instance, the whole selling point of this is a fully functioning theme park with thousands of tourists and families, instead of just a small group, is heavily unutilized. Have some stick ambulances run through Main Street, have the raptors stalk people, have herds of herbivores stampede through people, make us feel like thousands of people are in danger instead of putting them all into one singular evacuation center. That's probably my biggest gripe. The rest is a bit nitpicky, like having the most unprofessional guard take care of your multi-million hybrid dinosaur, or at least not making 2 layers of walls for this thing. But oh well. I also like that they actually acknowledged that these raptors aren't 100% accurate to their genome, and that if they were, they would look a lot different, which is really neat considering now that we know that most dinosaurs did have feathers like a bird. And just, imagine a giant T-Rex just flapping about in the sky. It's just very amusing to me, I don't know why. To end off, Jurassic World is a fantastic movie. I find it so much fun to watch, and it was a great reintroduction back into the series, and it gave me one of the best cinema experiences of my life. So now, let's move on to its sequel. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I won't lie, this probably has the coolest name of all the movies. Is the follow-up to Jurassic World. The park has been destroyed. The volcano that is on Isla Nublar is said to erupt. Now you're probably thinking why they would build the park on top of an active volcano. And I mean, the answer to that is, yeah, marking the second extinction of the dinosaurs. Claire Dearing is now the host of a group called the Dinosaur Protection Group, an organization dedicated to giving the dinosaurs the rights of any other animals, so that they can be saved from their impending doom. The vote is passed to not allowing them to have the same rights as animals, and are left to perish on the island. But Mr. Richie Rich Guy has offered to make a rescue operation for the dinosaurs to transport them all to a new sanctuary island. Yeah, I totally don't see any nefarious intentions here. No, nothing at all. It's completely safe. Yeah, you know, I'm sure we can all trust them so much. It's very Lost Worldy, which is a genuine comparison, but I think it stands out enough to be different. There really is so much you can do with a Jurassic Park film, to be fair. And if I'm honest, I think this movie has the most originality in it, which I'll get to later. Ron Grady is back, and we get more development on his relationship with Blue, outright stating that he doesn't even care if she dies on the island.
Blue is alive.
Jesus, Claire.
You raised her, Owen. You spent years of your life working with her. You're just gonna let her die?
Well, yeah.
But as the movie goes on, it shows that he really does care for her. I'd argue it's probably one of the best bonds in the franchise, and really makes me curious if we see any other Velociraptors in the movies going forward. So we get to the island, and we have some new characters like Franklin and Zia. Yeah, they, I mean, they're there at least. Surprise, surprise, they secretly want to sell the dinosaurs to high-paying billionaires, so they try and legit just kill them and leave them all on the island. I feel like you could have just, you know, shot them, right? I think that would have solved a lot of your problems you run into later. I mean, if you're planning to kill them, why not just, you know, shoot them instead of just leaving it up to chance whether they die or not? I feel like this problem could be solved a lot easier, guys. We then get an amazing scene with the baryonyx. I have always wanted to see this dinosaur in the film, and Jurassic World didn't help with that. It was even in the marketing, in the advertising, you could see the baryonyx. Mount Sibo then begins to erupt, starting an avalanche of pyroclastic flow that probably should have killed Owen here. Nope, of course he survives. I see nothing wrong with him surviving this, no. No, it's not like the temperature can reach almost 1,000 degrees, no. He's perfectly fine. No injuries whatsoever. Yeah, he's fine. This movie also then has the saddest moment in the entire franchise: the Brachiosaurus death scene. This death scene, it made me cry my goddamn eyes out in the cinemas, and it was only when I got home that I found out that this is the exact same Brachiosaurus from the first movie? Like, seriously? Really? It's the same one from the first Jurassic Park? No, I can't anymore. Cut to the mansion. Dr. Wu has now created the Indoraptor, a combination of Indominus Rex and Velociraptor? How does that... But Indominus was already part raptor, so how does adding Blue's DNA to the Indominus make it... It breaks out and we get some amazing horror scenes in this film. It's very clear that the director was inspired by old-timey black and white horror movies like Nosferatu. It's such a breath of fresh air to see something new like that in the Jurassic Park film. It's then revealed that Macy, yeah, I forgot to mention the kid character in this movie. Macy, she's basically just a stereotypical kid character in these films, but she's pretty good. She's the granddaughter of Benjamin Lockwood, someone who was close friends with John Hammond during the creation of the first Jurassic Park. She's later discovered to be a clone. Yeah, a clone. No, this isn't Star Wars, you heard that right. The first official clone in Jurassic Park that's a dinosaur. I did not see this coming. It comes out of nowhere, and I think it really expands on the lore. It's insane, yeah, it might be a bit dumb, in fact, probably very dumb, but I think it really makes this movie stand out as the most original Jurassic Park since the first movie. The dinosaurs are then let loose into the wild, and the movie ends on a cliffhanger of how dinosaurs are now going to coexist with humans in the world. I love this movie. I know I've been pointing out some criticisms through this whole review. It's not really a review, just me fanboying about Jurassic Park, basically. But I said it, I absolutely love this movie. Unfortunately, the same can't be said for the majority of people. This movie has a very low rating among the fans and critics, and has been raised as probably the worst Jurassic Park, aside from the third one, which is a shame, but you know what? I get their criticisms, I get their grunts with it, but honestly, personally, I love it. I absolutely love it. But I don't know, man. I just think the movie is too widely hated. It does so much to be an original Jurassic Park film with one of the best openings of the franchise, and an amazing lead up to the next film with fantastic emotional moments. I just think it deserves a bit more love. You did good, Jabayona. You did good. Jurassic Park, the first one. You know, I'm not even going to go into detail with this one. It's the first movie and it is an instant classic. It was such a revolutionary movie for the industry and paved the way for CGI animals and once again brought dinosaurs back into the spotlight. This movie is practically perfect with its fantastic characters, story and great looking dinosaurs. I can't do it justice. If you haven't watched it, go goddamn watch it. I've spoken. And there we go, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. There are all of the Jurassic Park movies from my least favorite to favorite. I hope you all enjoyed. Special thanks to my brother there for helping me with that skit, along with my girlfriend who drew the lovely T-Rex on the thumbnail you see right there. Take care, everyone, and thank you all so much for watching.